Hello everyone, welcome back again in this Python full course series. In previous video, we have discussed loop and types of loop in Python with practical example. In today's video we will discuss data type in detail with practical example. If you didn't watch previous video, please watch previous video for more understanding. You can find link from my button or you can find link from description below. Without any further delay, let's start today's topic. Python number data type. In Python the number data types are used to store the numeric values. Python supports integers, floating point and complex numbers data types. They are defined as int, float, and complex classes in Python. Let's see one by one. Int holds signed integers of non-limited length. Float holds floating decimal points and it's accurate up to 15 decimal places. Complex holds complex numbers. Integers and floating points are separated by the presence or absence of a decimal point. For example, 5 is an integer. 5.42 is a floating point number. Complex numbers are written in the form x plus yj, where x is the real part and y is the imaginary part. We can use the type function to know which class a variable or a value belongs to. Let's see some example. Let's create a Python file. This is the 6th tutorial in this series, so I have created 6_tutorial.py. You can create with any other name if you want. Let's take some variable and assign some different number type values. We will use the print and type function to print the type of each variable. Now to run this file, open your command prompt and type python space file name which is 6_tutorial.py and press enter. Now you can see each variable data types. In this example, we have created 3 variables named number1, number2, and number3 with values 5, 5.42, and 8 plus 2j respectively. We have also used the type function to know which class a certain variable belongs to. Since 5 is an integer value, type returns int as the class of number1. 5.42 is a floating value, type returns float as the class of number2. 8 plus 2j is a complex number, type returns complex as the class of number3. Type conversion in Python. In programming, type conversion is the process of converting one type of number into another. Operations like addition, subtraction convert integers to float implicitly, if one of the operands is float. For example, in this example, integer 1 is converted into float 1.0 for addition and the result is also a floating point number. Explicit type conversion. We can also use built-in functions like int, float, and complex, to convert between types explicitly. These functions can even convert from strings. Here, when converting from float to integer, the number gets truncated means decimal parts are removed. Similarly when converting from integer to float, 0 is postfixed to the number. Random module in Python. Python offers the random module to generate random numbers or to pick a random item from an iterator. First we need to import the random module. Here is some examples. To run this file open your command prompt and type python space file name and press enter, you will see the expected result. String data types in Python. In Python, the str or string data type is used to represent sequences of characters. Strings are used to store and manipulate textual data, such as words, sentences, and paragraphs. Strings are immutable, which means that once a string is created, it cannot be changed. Any operations that appear to modify a string actually create a new string. Strings can be created using single quotes or double quotes. Here are some examples of string data type. Python also allows triple quoted strings, which are often used for multi-line strings or to include special characters without escaping. Strings support various methods for manipulation and transformation. Here are a few common operations and methods. 1. String concatenation. You can combine strings using the plus operator. This is known as concatenation. Here is the example. Run the Python file to see the expected result. 2. String repetition. You can repeat a string multiple times using the asterisk operator. Here is the example. Run the Python file to see the expected result. 3. String length. You can find the length of a string using the len function in Python. Here is the example. Run the Python file to see the expected result. 4. Accessing characters by index. You can access individual characters of a string using their index, starting from 0. Here is the example. Run the Python file to see the expected result. 5. Slicing. You can extract a portion of a string using slicing, which has the syntax in square bracket start : stop. The slice includes characters from the start index up to the stop index but not including stop index. String methods. Python provides various built-in string methods for performing tasks on strings. Here are some examples of string functions. 1. Upper and lower function. Upper or lower function are convert the string to uppercase or lowercase in Python. Here is the example. Run the Python file to see the expected result. 2. Strip. In Python, strip function used to remove leading and trailing whitespace from string. Here is the example. Run the Python file to see the expected result. 3. Replace function in Python. Replace function in Python used to replace occurrences of a substring with another substring. Here is the example. Run the Python file to see the expected result. 4. Split function in Python. Split function in Python used to split the string into a list of substrings based on a delimiter. Here is the example. Run the Python file to see the expected result. 5. Join function in Python. Join function in Python used to join a list of strings into a single string using a specified separator. Here is the example. Run the Python file to see the expected result. 6. Find function in Python. Find function in Python used find the index of the first occurrence of a substring. Here is the example. Run the Python file to see the expected result. These are just a few examples of the operations and methods available for working with strings in Python. Strings are a fundamental part of Python and are used extensively in various programming tasks. The list data type in Python is used to store ordered collections of items. Lists are incredibly versatile and can hold elements of different data types, including numbers, strings, other lists, and more. Lists are mutable, meaning you can change their contents after they're created. Lists are defined using square brackets, and the elements within the list are separated by commas. Let's see how to create list in Python. You can create a list by enclosing elements within square brackets. Here is the example of lists in Python. Accessing list items. Items in a list are indexed, starting from 0 for the first item. You can access individual items using their index. Here is the example. Run the Python file to see the expected result. List slicing. You can extract a portion of a list using slicing. This is the syntax, where start is the index of the first item you want and stop is the index after the last item you want. Here is the example. Run the Python file to see the expected result. List methods in Python. Python provides numerous built-in methods for working with lists. Some common methods include 1. Append. It is used to add an item to the end of the list. 2. Insert. it is used to insert an item at a specific position. 3. Remove, it is used to remove the first occurrence of a specific value. 4. Pop, it is used to remove and return an item at a specific index. 5. Index, it is used to return the index of the first occurrence of a value. 6. Count, it is used to count the occurrences of a value in the list. 7. Sort, it is used to sort the list in ascending order. 8. Reverse, it is used to reverse the order of items in the list. Lists are a fundamental data structure in Python and are widely used for various purposes, including data storage, manipulation, and iteration. Tuple data type in Python. In Python, a tuple is a data type used to store an ordered collection of items. Tuples are similar to lists, but they are immutable, meaning their contents cannot be changed after they are created. Tuples are defined using parentheses, and the items within the tuple are separated by commas. These are the example how you can create tuple and store multiple value in Python. Accessing tuple items. You can access items in a tuple using their index, just like with lists. Indexing starts from 0 for the first item. Here is the example, run the Python file to see the expected result. Tuple methods. Tuples are immutable, so they have fewer methods compared to lists. However, they still have methods like count the occurrences of a value in the tuple. Index, return the index of the first occurrence of a value. Advantages of tuples in Python. 1. Immutability. Tuples cannot be modified after creation. This property can be useful when you want to ensure that the data remains unchanged. 2. Hashability. Tuples are hashable, which means they can be used as keys in dictionaries and elements of sets, unlike lists. 3. Performance. Tuples are generally more memory efficient than lists and can provide better performance in certain cases. 4. Unpack multiple values. Tuples are often used to pack and unpack multiple values simultaneously. Tuples are commonly used in situations where the data should not change, or where you need to represent multiple related values together. For example, you might use tuples to represent the coordinates of a point, a date with day, month, and year, or any other scenario where the values are related and should remain unaltered. Set data types in Python. In Python, a set is a collection data type used to store an unordered collection of unique elements. Sets are similar to mathematical sets and do not allow duplicate values. Sets are defined using curly braces, or by using the set constructor, and elements are separated by commas. Here's how you can create and work with sets in Python. Adding and removing elements in sets. You can add elements to a set using the add method and remove elements using the remove or discard methods. If the element is not in the set, remove will raise an error, while discard won't. Here is the example of methods which we discussed. Run the Python file to see the expected output. Sets are useful when you want to store unique values and perform operations that involve checking for membership or finding unique elements. They provide fast membership tests and allow for set-specific operations like union, intersection, and more. In Python, a dictionary is a collection data type used to store key-value pairs. Each key in the dictionary maps to a specific value, and the keys must be unique. Dictionaries are also sometimes referred to as associative arrays or hash maps in other programming languages. Dictionaries are defined using curly braces, and key-value pairs separated by colons. Here's how you can create and work with dictionaries in Python. Accessing dictionary values. You can access values in a dictionary by using the corresponding key. Here is the example. Run the Python file to see the expected result. Dictionary methods. Dictionaries in Python come with various built-in methods for performing operations like adding items, removing items, and accessing keys and values. 1. Keys. Keys function used to return a list of all keys in the dictionary. 2. Values. Values function used to return a list of all values in the dictionary. 3. Items. Items function used to return a list of key-value pairs in the dictionary. 4. Get. Get function used to return the value for a given key, returns a default value if key is not found. 5. Pop. Pop function used to remove and return the value for a given key. 6. Pop item. Pop item function used to remove and return a random key-value pair. 7. Clear. Clear function used to remove all items from the dictionary. 8. Update. Update function used to update the dictionary with key-value pairs from another dictionary. Dictionaries are incredibly versatile and are used to store and retrieve data based on keys. They're commonly used for various purposes, such as storing configuration settings, representing data records, and creating mappings between entities. That's all for this video. I will see you in the next video. If you're new on this channel, please subscribe, like and turn on notification for more video. Thanks for watching.